Fleeing a faraway land to escape the dark calamity, these powerful warriors now guard the final home of the ancient weapons, Gyfin Raja Temple. The newly reworked underground levels of Gyfin Raja Temple can be found south of the capital of Camasilvia. It is below the 5-party monster zone and can be entered through an underground entrance. Unlike the 5-party zone, the underground levels of Gyfin Raja Temple were reworked as a solo monster zone for top-tier adventurers with 300 or more AP. As the ancient weapons of Gyfin Raja Temple are now much more powerful, we recommend that only experienced adventurers attempt to brave this zone. Combat centers around the Tower of Transfusion located in the temple's rooms. Near the Tower of Transfusion stand the motionless ancient weapons. They possess the lost emotions of the ruinous fall of Gyfin Raja. If you defeat these ancient weapons, you can obtain the following buffs. First, if you defeat the hammer-wielding Anger Gyfin Raja Crusher, you'll obtain a blue Stalwart Warrior's Resolve buff and deal extra damage to monsters with Resolve. Similarly, if you defeat the Sword and Shield wielding Resolve Gyfin Raja Guard, you'll obtain a Faded Glory's Wisdom buff and deal extra damage to monsters with Denial. And if you defeat the magic wielding Denial Gyfin Raja Flamen, you'll obtain the Burning Rage's Hammer buff and deal extra damage to monsters with Anger. Once you defeat the ancient stone statues, you'll need to stay alert, as they'll respawn in different locations with different emotions. As you defeat more of them, the Tower of Transfusion, the tower will absorb more emotions, and there will be a small chance that the ruinous Butcher of Gyfin Raja will appear. At this time, Anger, Denial, and Resolve ancient weapons will deactivate, leaving you to battle the ruinous Butcher of Gyfin Raja. Defeat the ruinous Butcher of Gyfin Raja to obtain a gold energy that will allow you to deal extra damage to all monsters here. This buff is the Lost Civilization's Ruin. Once you defeat the ruinous Butcher of Gyfin Raja, the deactivated Anger, Denial, and Resolve monsters will be reactivated. Defeat them, and the ancient weapons will respawn in different locations. Furthermore, wandering around near the Towers of Transfusion is the Gyfin Raja Decimator and Despair Gyfin Raja Decimator. If you defeat the Despair Gyfin Raja Decimator near a Tower of Transfusion, the Fragment of Despair Gyfin Raja Decimator will appear. Defeating the statues in Gyfin Raja will allow you to obtain Tungrad belts and necklaces, Crystal of Elkar, Krogdalo's Origin Stone, and more. And that wraps up this basic guide to the Gyfin Raja Temple.